Some plants give you a nice show for a season. Others quietly become the stars of the entire garden. You plant them once, they settle in, and somehow every year they look fuller, healthier, and more impressive than they did before. No constant replacing, no endless spending at the garden center, no wondering why half your flower bed suddenly disappeared over winter. If you've ever looked at a mature garden and thought, why does everything look so established and effortless? There's usually a simple reason. The owner chose plants that improve with age. June is one of the best times to add those kinds of perennials. The soil is warm, roots establish quickly, and plants have plenty of growing season left to settle in before winter arrives. The result, instead of starting from scratch every spring, your garden gradually builds momentum year after year. Today, we're looking at 8 perennials that reward patience in the best possible way. Some spread into larger clumps, some bloom more heavily as they mature, some become focal points that make entire sections of a yard look professionally designed. And perhaps the best part? Most of them ask for surprisingly little in return. Let's start with a perennial that seems almost determined to outlive every gardening trend that comes and goes. Few perennials prove the value of patience better than coneflower. The first year can be a little underwhelming. You plant it, it grows, it blooms, nice enough, but nothing spectacular. Then the second year arrives. The plant is noticeably larger, the stems are stronger, the flowers seem to multiply. By the third season, many homeowners suddenly realize they're looking at an entirely different plant than the one they originally purchased. That's because coneflowers spend a significant amount of energy building their root systems before they put on their biggest displays. Once established, those deep roots become one of their greatest advantages. While many flowers struggle during hot summer periods, mature coneflowers often continue performing remarkably well. This makes them especially valuable in many parts of the United States, where summer heat can quickly stress less resilient plants. Another reason gardeners grow to appreciate coneflowers more over time is their incredibly long season of interest. The flowers attract butterflies throughout summer. Goldfinches often visit seed heads later in the season, and even after blooming ends, the seed structures provide texture and visual interest during fall and sometimes winter. A single planting continues contributing to the landscape long after many annual flowers have disappeared. Placement matters. Coneflowers perform best in full sun with well-drained soil. They fit beautifully into cottage gardens, pollinator gardens, naturalized landscapes, and even more formal planting schemes where their upright structure creates rhythm among lower-growing plants. One mistake many homeowners make is planting them too close together. At first, the spacing can look excessive. A few years later, it suddenly makes perfect sense. Mature coneflowers need room to develop their full shape. Give them that space early, and you'll avoid future crowding problems. If your goal is a garden that becomes richer with time rather than requiring constant reinvention, coneflowers belong near the top of the list. And speaking of plants that seem to improve every year, the next perennial might be one of the hardest working flowers you can grow. There are flowers that quietly fill space, and then there are flowers that seem determined to brighten an entire landscape. Black-eyed Susan falls firmly into the second category. Its cheerful golden blooms have a way of catching attention from across the yard. But what makes this perennial especially valuable isn't just its appearance. It's how reliably it develops over time. During its early years, Black-eyed Susan usually forms modest clumps. As those clumps mature, they become denser, more floriferous, and far more visually impactful. What starts as a handful of blooms can eventually become a glowing ribbon of color stretching across a border. This gradual expansion creates something homeowners often struggle to achieve: a landscape that feels established. Professional-looking gardens rarely appear sparse. They feel layered, connected, filled in. Mature Black-eyed Susans help create exactly that effect. They're also surprisingly adaptable. Heat, humidity, changing weather, many varieties handle these challenges remarkably well once established. That resilience becomes especially valuable during summers when conditions are less than ideal. Another advantage is their compatibility with other perennials. They combine beautifully with ornamental grasses. They complement purple flowers exceptionally well, and they create excellent late-season color when some spring bloomers have already faded into the background. If you've ever wondered why certain gardens still look vibrant in late summer, while others seem tired and exhausted, combinations like these are often part of the answer. Maintenance is refreshingly straightforward. Deadheading can encourage additional blooms. Dividing older clumps every few years helps maintain vigor. Beyond that, they largely take care of themselves. There's something satisfying about watching a perennial become more dependable every season. Black-eyed Susan consistently delivers that experience. And while it certainly earns its place in sunny gardens, our next perennial brings something entirely different. Instead of bold gold flowers, it offers color, fragrance, pollinator activity, and one of the longest blooming periods you'll find in a perennial border. Some plants spend a few weeks looking good. Catmint seems to have missed that memo entirely. Once established, it often looks attractive for months. That's one reason experienced gardeners return to it again and again. The first thing most people notice is the color. Soft lavender blue flowers create a cooling effect in the landscape during the hottest part of summer. That visual contrast becomes surprisingly important when temperatures climb and many gardens start feeling stressed. Catmint somehow manages to make a space feel calmer, more relaxed, more inviting. Then there's the growth habit. Unlike rigid plants that can appear stiff or formal, catmint develops a soft, flowing appearance. It spills gently along pathways, softens hard edges, and helps connect different sections of a garden together. Landscape designers frequently use it because it acts almost like a visual bridge between larger focal plants, but perhaps the biggest reason catmint improves with age is simple maturity. As the root system expands, the plant becomes fuller and more substantial. Instead of isolated stems, you get broad drifts of color that create a much stronger visual impact. Pollinators appreciate it too. Bees seem particularly fond of mature catmint plantings. If you've been trying to make your yard more pollinator-friendly without creating additional maintenance, catmint is one of the easiest ways to accomplish that goal. Another pleasant surprise is its tolerance for dry conditions. Once established, catmint often requires less supplemental watering than many homeowners expect. That's becoming increasingly important as more gardeners search for plants that remain attractive without constant irrigation. A light trim after the first major bloom cycle can often encourage fresh growth and another wave of flowers. It's a simple task that delivers impressive results. And if you've ever walked through a garden where everything seems perfectly blended together, there's a good chance catmint was helping make that happen behind the scenes. But our next perennial isn't subtle. It doesn't gently weave through the landscape. It makes a statement, a very large statement.
Some plants earn admiration. Peonies earn devotion. It's not unusual to find peonies growing in the same location for decades. In fact, one of the biggest mistakes homeowners make is underestimating just how long these plants can remain productive. When you first plant a peony, patience becomes part of the process. The first season is usually about establishment. The second season brings improvement. Then something remarkable starts to happen. The plant gains size. The blooms become more abundant. The overall presence becomes dramatically more impressive. Many mature peonies produce displays that simply can't be replicated by young plants. That's one reason gardeners often describe them as an investment rather than a purchase. Every year adds value. And unlike many landscaping projects that deteriorate over time, peonies often become more beautiful. Their blooms are among the most recognizable flowers in gardening. Large, luxurious flowers appear in late spring or early summer and immediately become focal points. Neighbors notice, visitors notice, even people who don't garden tend to stop and admire them. Location matters. Peonies prefer full sun in most regions, though a bit of afternoon shade can help in hotter climates. Good drainage is essential. One reason some peonies struggle is because they're planted too deeply. A small planting mistake can delay flowering for years. Once established, however, they are remarkably dependable. The foliage also contributes more than many people realize. After flowering ends, healthy peony foliage continues providing structure and greenery throughout the growing season. This helps justify the space they occupy, and while the blooms may last only a few weeks, the plant itself remains a valuable part of the landscape. For homeowners who want their gardens to feel increasingly mature and established over time, few perennials provide the same sense of permanence. Our next perennial offers something completely different. Instead of massive flowers once a year, it provides color for months.
If peonies are the grand performance of early summer, salvia is the reliable performer that keeps showing up long after others have left the stage. This is one of those plants that quietly earns more appreciation every season. The first year, you notice the flowers. The second year, you notice how long it blooms. By the third year, you start wondering why you didn't plant more. One reason salvia improves with age is its ability to form larger, denser clumps. Mature plants produce more flower spikes, creating stronger color impact and attracting significantly more pollinators. Butterflies love it. Bees love it. And homeowners love watching both. Salvia is especially useful because it fills one of the biggest challenges in gardening, maintaining color through summer. Many spring bloomers put on a spectacular show and then fade into the background. Salvia keeps contributing. Its upright flower spikes add vertical interest. Its cool colors complement warmer flowers beautifully. And many varieties rebloom when lightly trimmed after flowering. That's an impressive return for a relatively small amount of effort. Another benefit is adaptability. Salvia handles heat surprisingly well. It tolerates periods of dryness once established, and it rarely becomes a high-maintenance headache. Many experienced gardeners appreciate plants that perform consistently rather than demanding constant attention. Salvia fits that description perfectly. Placed near walkways, mixed borders, foundation plantings, or pollinator gardens, it often becomes one of the hardest working plants in the landscape. The longer it grows, the more obvious that becomes. And speaking of hard-working plants, our next perennial has been transforming difficult garden spaces for generations. If there were an award for dependable garden performance, daylilies would be serious contenders. They have survived changing landscaping trends, changing climates, and changing homeowner preferences. And they continue thriving. There's a reason for that. Daylilies become increasingly impressive as their clumps mature. What begins as a relatively small planting gradually expands into a substantial feature that commands attention. The foliage becomes fuller. The flower count increases. The overall effect becomes far more dramatic. This gradual development is exactly what many homeowners want. Instead of constantly replacing plants, they prefer gardens that improve naturally. Daylilies excel at that. One particularly valuable characteristic is their adaptability. Many varieties tolerate a wide range of conditions. They handle heat well, they cope with temporary droughts, and they often continue performing in locations where fussier plants struggle. This makes them useful for gardeners who want beauty without excessive maintenance. The flowers themselves provide tremendous variety: yellows, oranges, reds, purples, creams. Nearly every landscape color palette can accommodate a daylily. And because different varieties bloom at different times, gardeners can extend the display considerably. Another advantage emerges as landscapes mature. Daylilies help suppress weeds. Their dense foliage shades soil and reduces opportunities for unwanted plants to gain a foothold. That's a benefit many homeowners don't fully appreciate until they've spent years battling weeds elsewhere. They're also excellent for softening large spaces. A mature clump can anchor a bed, frame a walkway, or create visual balance alongside shrubs and ornamental grasses. Over time, they become increasingly valuable landscape assets. And while daylilies provide dependable summer color, our next perennial contributes something equally important: structure. Every successful garden needs more than flowers. It needs structure. That's where Russian sage shines. At first glance, many people notice the soft blue-purple blooms. They're beautiful, but the real magic often appears as the plant matures. Russian sage develops an airy architectural presence that helps organize an entire planting bed. It creates movement, it creates texture, it creates contrast, and all three become more pronounced each year. A young Russian sage is attractive. A mature Russian sage can become a defining feature of the landscape. The silvery foliage provides visual interest even when flowers aren't the main attraction. That alone makes it valuable. Silver tones help break up endless shades of green and create a more sophisticated appearance. Landscape designers frequently use this principle to add depth and complexity. Heat tolerance is another major strength. During the hottest weeks of summer, Russian sage often looks completely unfazed. While other plants may show signs of stress, it continues performing. For homeowners living in regions with intense summer conditions, that reliability is hard to ignore. Pollinators appreciate it as well. Bees and butterflies are frequent visitors. As the plant matures and flowering increases, those visits often become even more noticeable. Maintenance remains relatively simple. A yearly cutback is usually sufficient. Beyond that, the plant largely handles its own business. There's something satisfying about a perennial that becomes more striking every season while asking for so little. Russian sage certainly qualifies. And our final perennial may be one of the most beloved examples of all, because when it reaches maturity, it can completely transform the appearance of a garden. We'll cover that final plant, along with a few June planting tips that help all of these perennials succeed, in Part 3. Some perennials impress with flowers, some impress with foliage. Sedum manages to do both, and the older it gets, the better it usually becomes. Many gardeners first notice sedum because of its neat appearance early in the season. The foliage emerges clean, tidy, and attractive. Then summer progresses. The plant gains size, the stems strengthen, the flower clusters begin developing. By late summer and early fall, mature sedums often become some of the most eye-catching plants in the entire landscape. That's particularly valuable because many gardens begin losing momentum during that period. Spring excitement has passed. Summer flowers may be fading. Yet sedum is just getting started. Large flower heads attract pollinators in impressive numbers. Butterflies frequently visit. Bees arrive throughout the blooming season. The garden feels alive. Even after flowering ends, those seed heads often remain attractive for months. Many homeowners leave them standing through winter because they continue adding texture and visual interest. This extended season of beauty is one reason mature sedums become increasingly appreciated over time. Another reason is durability. Sedum handles heat exceptionally well. It tolerates drought once established, and it rarely becomes a demanding plant. That's a combination many gardeners actively seek today. Less maintenance, more reliability, better performance. Placement is important. Sedum performs best in sunny locations with good drainage. Heavy, constantly wet soil can create problems, but in the right conditions, it becomes one of the easiest long-term investments you can make in the garden. As mature clumps expand, they create stronger visual impact and become increasingly useful in mixed borders, foundation plantings, and pollinator gardens. And perhaps most importantly, they help create the feeling every homeowner wants: a landscape that looks established rather than newly planted. Now, before you rush outside with a shovel, let's talk about why June gives these perennials such an advantage. Many homeowners assume spring is the only proper time to plant perennials. Spring certainly works, but June offers several advantages that are often overlooked. First, the soil is warm. Roots grow faster in warm soil than in cold soil. That means newly planted perennials can focus on establishing themselves rather than simply surviving. Second, garden conditions are easier to evaluate. By June, you can clearly see where sunlight falls. You can identify areas that stay dry. You can spot locations that hold moisture longer than expected. That information helps you place plants more accurately. Third, garden gaps become obvious. In spring, it's easy to imagine how everything will look. By June, reality has arrived. You know exactly where additional color, texture, height, or structure would improve the landscape. That's valuable information. And finally, June gives most perennials enough time to establish before winter. They're not entering cold weather immediately after planting. They have months to settle in and begin building stronger root systems. That foundation often translates into better performance the following year. Of course, successful planting still depends on a few important habits. One of the biggest mistakes new gardeners make is frequent shallow watering. The surface looks wet, the plant looks happy, everything seems fine. Meanwhile, roots remain close to the surface. That's not what you want. Deep watering encourages roots to grow downward where moisture remains available longer. This creates stronger, more resilient plants, especially during summer heat. A thorough soaking once or twice a week is often more beneficial than small daily applications. Exact needs vary depending on climate, rainfall, and soil type, but the principle remains the same. Encourage deep roots. Deep roots create stronger plants. And stronger plants become better-looking perennials over time. This one requires discipline. When you install young perennials, they often look small. The temptation is obvious. You want immediate fullness, so you plant everything closer together. For a year or two, it looks fantastic. Then the crowding begins. Air circulation decreases, competition increases, maintenance becomes more difficult. Plants start fighting for space. Remember what today's video is really about? These perennials get bigger, much bigger. Plant with their mature size in mind. Your future self will thank you. A garden that feels slightly sparse today often becomes perfectly balanced 3 years from now. Mulch is one of the simplest upgrades you can make, yet it's often used incorrectly. A 2 to 3 inch layer around perennials helps conserve moisture, moderate soil temperatures, and reduce weed competition. Those benefits matter, especially during summer. What you don't want is mulch piled against stems and crowns. That can trap moisture where it doesn't belong. Think of mulch as a protective blanket for the soil, not a coat wrapped around the plant itself. Applied properly, mulch helps perennials establish faster and remain healthier long-term. If there's a common theme running through all 8 of these perennials, it's this: the best gardens aren't built in a single season. They're built through accumulation. A little growth this year, more growth next year, even more beauty the year after that. Coneflower, black-eyed Susan, catmint, peony, salvia daylily, Russian sage, sedum, none of them are trying to impress you for a few weeks and disappear. They're playing the long game, and that's exactly why mature gardens feel so different from newly planted ones. They're layered with years of growth, establishment, and natural development. I'd love to know which of these perennials you already grow or which one you're thinking about adding this June. Let everyone know in the comments. And if you're planning improvements to your landscape this season, make sure you're subscribed, because we have more practical planting ideas, design strategies, and low-maintenance gardening tips coming soon. Until next time, enjoy your garden, enjoy the season, and remember, the plants that often give the greatest rewards are the ones that become better with every passing year.